slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga owe you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your dish splat. Stop letting this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX. J-Way. I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless. I'm gone. Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. Give me that. The trends. See a lead, be the band.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Corner to Copa. If you're looking at the caption, you already know we got some not so good news to report out of Detroit. I had just packed up my computer after a show, the NFC North show. I was getting ready to sit down and watch the Tigers. I look on my phone and I see a breaking news alert, and it looks like Jackson Jobe will be out for the season in the foreseeable future, and will be undergoing Tommy John surgery to his throwing elbow. If you guys recall, a couple weeks ago, he left the game early after a pretty rough start, and he did not meet with the media. And there's a lot of speculation, of why that happened. He would eventually be put on the injured list, and I wanted to believe the best out of the situation. I think he went on the IL with something that would appear to be minor, but and I'll be honest, my co-host coach was like, this doesn't look good. It could be TJ we're talking, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna wait and see how things play out. I wanted to expect the best. Yes, the original injury was a strain of his right flexor, grade 1 strain of his elbow. So I'm like, okay, cool, perfect. That doesn't sound too bad. But it turns out that the injury was obviously more serious. Yeah, TJ, yeah. So yeah, Jackson Jobe, if for those that aren't familiar, is our number one prospect in the system right now. He came up late last year, had a couple bullpen outings. He made the playoff roster, and had an okay spring training. Wasn't great. He had an okay spring training. It was speculation of whether or not he was going to even start the season in Detroit. I mean, I know I wasn't 100% sold on it, but yet and still, he made the major league roster. Ultimately, I mean, with some good run support, he did go 4-1. I want to say in games that he pitched, we were something like 8-2. So he kept us in the game. He had an elevated ERA. He finished the year with a ERA around 4.22, I believe. But yeah, he was 4-1 in 10 games played. Not too bad considering from a rookie. He's only 22 years old, so we knew that he could only get better. We definitely wanted to see him strike some more guys out, and at this point, who knows? I mean, I think the velocity on his fastball was down, and we don't know to what level the elbow issues were already, showing themselves. So, but yeah, ultimately he's going to be out for the rest of the year. Overall, the team has done a pretty good job pitching wise. We've done a great job pitching wise. Guys like Kiter Montero have stepped up, and they're going to have to continue to step up. Alex Cobb is ramping up. I think he's pitching in Toledo tonight, so we're obviously going to see him soon. Obviously, we thought that we looked at it early on as, okay, we just flush $15 million down the toilet because he's been hurt all year. But we also know there's going to be injuries. Mize has spent some time on the IL. Reese Olson is also on his way back, and we just got to hope that there's not a lot more on the horizon. But yeah, Kiter Montero is gonna have to step up. He's gonna be. I mean, so when you look at it, you got Tarek Skubal, you got Flaherty, you got Olson, top three. You take Jobe out. You got Kiter Montero, Alex Cobb. I think that's your Casey Mize. So you got Skubal, Flaherty, Olson, Mize, and then Montero / Cobb. I mean, Cobb's going to be coming up soon, so Montero will probably get sent down, or somebody from our long relief will be sent down. So, still yet to be seen, but definitely you should definitely pay attention to what Alex Cobb has going on, because he's gonna be getting some work pretty soon. Hopefully he can hold up. Obviously he's been on the 60-day injured list, so and I think he spent most of last year on the injured list. So we'll see how that goes. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. Jackson Jobe, the number one prospect, and you know, uh, you know, certainly some high expectations for him to perform that he's done a semi good job of living up to, because he has earned some wins this year. But we won't be seeing him for at least a full calendar year. We know how long it takes. Sawyer Gibson Long was out for, I think they said, 18 months, although he had other lingering injuries as well, a hip and a couple other things. So this is why you can never have enough pitching. This is why Alex Cobb was not a waste of money, because we now need him at this point. Oh yeah, and then as far as the rotation, you got Sawyer Gibson Long as well. How did I forget? Eventually we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do, but he looked pretty good yesterday. So um, still a ton of depth. You got guys like Jose Urquidy. I don't know if we see him this year, but um, we we got a lot of guys, and that's why it's going to be even more imperative that we go out and get a swing and miss relief pitcher at the tail end of our bullpen as well, because we're running through pitchers like water at this point. So, but stay tuned. Of course, me and Coach are going to go into it in more detail on Sunday, and yeah, uh, let's get back to the game. I'm out.